Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into something pretty wild that caught a lot of attention online recently. It's this phone call, supposedly happening on a, get this, recorded federal line.
Yeah, between two very public figures. One's apparently a multimillionaire, the other is currently incarcerated.
Right. It's, I mean, the kind of thing that just makes you stop and go, wow.
Absolutely. So our mission here in this deep dive is really to pull apart a viral YouTube reaction video. It breaks down this really contentious conversation. We're trying to extract, the interesting bits, the insights, help you understand not just the words, but the huge implications of saying certain things when, or you definitely should know someone's listening.
Exactly. And the source we're leaning on is the transcript from that YouTube video. Wack 100, Luce Cannon, threats, smut, and disrespect on Fed phone talking reckless. Spider Loc reacts. It's from SpiderLocMostEastyBlacbox. And Spider Loc himself is reacting, kind of giving commentary.
Like a running commentary on this. Just explosive dialogue. Gives you a real sense of the absurdity.
So let's paint the picture for you. You've got this alleged federal phone line call. On one end, Wack 100. He gets called some other names, too, in the source material. Ho no hunt, bubble butt.
Right. And on the other end, Luce Cannon. Also known as loose lips, or just loose.
Now, here's the kicker. The part that's almost hard to believe.
What?
Allegedly, a federal phone line.
Yeah.
And Spider Loc, the commentator, he keeps coming back to it, asking, don't they know they're being listened to by the feds? It's a central question.
It's so crucial. I mean, a federal line, especially one potentially involving an inmate, means it's recorded, it's analyzed, law enforcement is listening.
You're right.
Totally. For security, investigations, talking like this on that kind of line is just incredibly risky.
Yeah.
And Spider Loc's platform, the Black Box, it really digs into how reckless this whole conversation seemed, just highlighting the sheer strangeness of being so open.
And the contrast between the two individuals involved is, well, it's pretty stark when you lay it out. Let's start with Wack 100. Spider Loc describes his public image, right? Like this super successful guy, a millionaire company owner, has a fleet of trucks, runs a successful management company. He's CEO of Cash Money West.
Wow, quite the list.
Yeah, and there's mention of $1 million diaper deals, a $1 million partnership at No Jumper. Big stuff.
Right.
But then, as Spider Loc points out, you listen to him on this call, his language, his behavior.
Yeah.
This just doesn't seem to fit that image. Makes you wonder, how he conduct himself.
It really does show that potential gap, doesn't it, between the public face and, well, maybe the reality behind closed doors, or on a recorded line in this case.
Exactly.
And then there's Luce Cannon. Spider Loc says he's literally in a cell, which means he's locked up, incarcerated.
Right.
And his way of speaking, according to Spider Loc's take, is extremely limited. Like, he mainly uses a few four-letter words.
Not exactly complex dialogue.
Not at all. And even though the source says they used to be tight, like inseparable, they're dynamic now. It's described as just pure disrespect. Childish, even. Spider Loc calls it a goof troop mentality.
He even compares them to Lenny and Squiggy and goofballs.
Yeah, their specific comparisons are in there. It paints a picture of something less than serious, despite the potential consequences.
It really is quite the public airing of dirty laundry, maybe. Okay, so we've got the scene set. Let's get into the actual core of the conflict. What sparked this whole thing?
Well, the central theme, and it's incredibly ironic, is all about cooperating with authorities. Or accusations of it.
Ah, the snitching angle.
Exactly. Luce is apparently accusing Wack of working, of cooperating. But then there's also this allegation that Wack tried to bait Luce into this specific call on the federal line.
Date him. How?
Claiming it was part of a plot and a plan that he actually succeeded in getting Luce on this recorded line.
Wow, okay. So, accusing someone of cooperating while potentially setting them up on a line where everything is monitored.
That's the incredible irony Spider Loc hammers home. By even having this kind of conversation on a federal line, they're both essentially,
shooting themselves in the foot.
Big time. Spider Loc puts it bluntly. This is helping put the pieces of the puzzle together for the police partner. They're practically doing the investigator's work for them.
Unbelievable. And I guess the conversation didn't stay calm and rational.
Oh, definitely not. The language gets really aggressive, very explicit, threats flying back and forth.
Like what?
Well, Luce apparently makes threats like, when I see you, it's going to be a crash-out situation.
Crash out. What does that imply?
It generally means like a violent, reckless confrontation, not caring about the consequences, just going all out.
Okay, serious stuff.
Yeah, and he apparently repeats, "I'ma beat you up," something like 10 times in a row.
10 times.
Yeah, and Spider Loc makes this chilling point that the feds so cold, they will separate those and count them as individual threats.
Whoa. Each one could be a separate charge.
Potentially, yeah. That's the commentator's perspective. And the insults are just relentless. Slowerded, buster, bitch, prostitute, rat, goofballs, Lenny and Squiggy, and bubble butt, even an accusation about a homosexual son. It's nasty.
And Spider Loc also mentioned something about a handler.
Right. There's this specific accusation from the source, Spider Loc, that Darren Dre is his handler, implying a connection to law enforcement for Wack 100. It's just a whole mess of accusations and insults.
Definitely sounds like a verbal brawl with potentially very real legal fallout.
For sure, it's chaotic, but, you know, amidst all that chaos, Spider Loc, in his commentary, points out a few moments that seem particularly revealing.
Like what?
Well, one is this thing called the R&B rental car incident.
Okay.
Apparently, when the topic of this woman, R&B, being left at a rental car place came up, and maybe her sharing some secrets,
Yeah.
Spider Loc says Wack's whole tone changed. He figures it's because, quote, he knows it's some skeletons in the closet that she exposed to me. It clearly hit a sensitive spot.
Interesting. You can almost hear that shift sometimes, can't you? When something really lands.
Exactly. Then there's this story about a diaper company. The $280,000 story.
Diaper company, $280,000.
Yeah, the allegation is that Wack 100 took $280,000 from this company and then got whooped for his $280, physically assaulted over it.
Okay, that's a very specific number, $280,000.
That's exactly what Spider Loc focuses on. He says, you know, usually you'd round it off, you would say 250, 200, 500. You don't just go to a 280.
Huh.
So for Spider Loc, that weirdly specific number makes the story sound maybe more believable. Like, why make that number up?
It does make you wonder, yeah. It's a good observation. Any other anecdotes?
There's another one about how Spider Loc himself, the commentator, has apparently been trolling Wack 100 for years.
Trolling him? About what?
By constantly bringing up this alleged past comment Wack made. Something like, oh, you from East Coast. My girl from East Coast used to fuck her, but I bought her some braces and put her through nursing school. She looked good now.
Well, that's personal.
Extremely. And Spider Loc claims that bringing this specific detail up really gets him in his heart. Suggests it's a deep wound he keeps poking. Quite the long-running feud.
No kidding. It's layers upon layers here.
And then there's the overall irony, which Spider Loc definitely enjoys pointing out.
Which is?
The idea that these guys might see themselves or brand themselves as the exposers, you know, calling people out.
Right.
But then the whole situation just turns into y'all exposing one another on a recorded line, no less.
Yeah, the ultimate cell phone, maybe.
Spider Loc calls it awesome, immaculate, elite entertainment. He's definitely seeing the spectacle in it all.
He even calls it a Jerry Springer, no-jumper, soap opera, reality, clown circus show.
He does. And honestly, it kind of captures the vibe, doesn't it? This raw, unfiltered dispute playing out publicly. It's part drama, part potential legal trouble, part, well, entertainment, as uncomfortable as that might be.
So wrapping this up, what's the takeaway for you, the listener? This deep dive, it's really given us a look into something raw, unfiltered. This whole dispute became, like you said, public entertainment.
Yeah, that Jerry Springer clown circus show description feels apt.
Absolutely. And you've just heard how conversations that feel private, even if they're full of raw emotion, can have massive, lasting consequences when they happen on a recorded line, especially a federal one.
It really hammers home how blurred the lines are now.
Right. In a world where so much gets captured, federal lines, social media, smart speakers, everything, what does this specific kind of extreme example tell us about the power our words still have? Maybe even more power now.
That's a heavy thought.
Yeah. How might thinking about the fallout from this kind of public exposure, even if it's not this extreme, make you reconsider your own digital footprint? You know, the things you say or type, especially when emotions are running high. Something to definitely think about.